So today I'm going to go through the 3 different types of pricing models that retailers would use on like a day-to-day basis. Hello profit seekers and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Glenn. I've been a full-time reseller for 2.5 years, selling predominantly on Amazon and eBay. And previous to that, I was working for retailers in the commercial functions there, helping manage promotional plans and pricing, etc., and negotiating with suppliers. So I've got a bit of a previous history work background in that area, and I'm trying to apply these learnings that I gained whilst working at these big retailers in the commercial function and trying to apply it to my own reselling business. So today we're going to talk about pricing. Now this is a pricing video specifically aimed at eBay, and it's going to be aimed at people that have unique products. So why am I focusing and niching down this video into this specific area? One is because if you're selling anything through Amazon, you're selling a like-for-like product along with other people alongside in the market, unless it's your own product and you've developed your own product range, which is a whole other kettle of fish, which we won't be talking about today for sure. And on Amazon, it's a case of you have no unique differentiator within your product range. So you just have to compete on price and compete with the competition on price. So that's why this isn't a video about Amazon. So if you're here for Amazon advice, this is for eBay. And it's the same thing for eBay as well. If you're selling products that other people are already selling, so you're sat behind a listing, something really common. For example, this Bop It, which is really dusty. Obviously I haven't listed it for sale yet. It's in my pile of death, which is behind this camera, pile of shame. But that Bop It, for example, is a product that loads of people in the market are selling. So it's a case of you've got nothing unique to offer, therefore pricing strategies I'm about to go through probably don't apply. Now the pricing strategies I'm about to show you apply to when you've got a product which is unique to you. Or it's a product that's unique within the market, or a product range that there's not a lot about. So for example, the Geox shoes that I bought. So I bought 477 pairs of Geox shoes, as I've already told you. If you want to find out a little bit more about that and the commercials behind it, please check out my bulk buying video. I'm going to link that at the end of this video, so you can go and check it out. But for these particular shoes, there's so many different types of these shoes out on the market. The product ranges that Geox have, there's loads and loads and loads of different products. And the products that I have, there's not a lot of people out there that have the exact same models and the exact same sizes as me. And the size things are an issue as well, because people will be searching for their particular size. So if you type a product into eBay, you navigate through the left-hand nav to choose a size. I may have the same models as somebody else, but they might not have the sizes that I have. So basically, of these 477 products I have, they're all unique. Like most of them are unique on eBay, so nobody else, you can't really see them. And if you do want to buy them through like a retail store, I think there are different seasons worth of shoes, so you can only really find them in like a broad shops. So it has that sort of unique edge that nobody else has got. So let's jump into it. So today I'm going to go through the 3 different types of pricing models that retailers would use on like a day-to-day basis. And these are the 3 main ways that the retailers would focus and look at their product ranges. Some of them are not happening as much anymore, some are more specific to certain industries. And there's obviously lots of other different pricing strategies that you can look at, but these are just the 3 main ones that I'm focusing on, so I can share some of my retail experience with you guys so you can understand how the retailers do it, and maybe give you a little insight into the way that they think. And see if you can apply it to your own reselling business. So let's jump into it. I bought a whiteboard today. I didn't buy it today. Bought it a while back. It's absolutely massive. I thought it was a bit smaller than that. So I obviously did all the measurements. I've got nobody to blame but myself here. But this is the one, and I wanted to kind of have it on the back of a door, but I don't think it's going to take up the entire door. That's fine. I'll just do that. So one of the reasons I got this is for videos like this, for you guys to help demonstrate ideas or teach things, basically. I've got terrible writing, I don't know why I got this, I'm probably better off just explaining things, but other than that as well, I think it's going to be good for me to just hang it up on the wall with like mark down all of my objectives and stuff like that, but for a different video. So, let's kick it off. 3 different types of pricing strategy. Number 1, high-low pricing. This is your high-low pricing. Like most graphs, time across the bottom, and up here we've got price. Time, price. I'm not sure you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see this okay on the camera. when you launch a new product in retail, so you have to have a product up for sale for a certain period of time, which is 30 days, before you can show a discount on the product. And it has to be on sale for that time. And then they'll continue to sell that at the higher price, and when they want to really kick those sales into gear, they'll drop the price and do a promotion on it. Now this whole model works for retailers because they've got so much control in the market. They have a certain customer base that will always come and return to them. And you know, the internet's changing things a little bit so people can shop around a bit more. But if you've got a unique product, that's the way to do it. This happens with product ranges as well. Stuff that's mainstream, that's all over the shop. And what the manufacturers will tend to do is they will orchestrate this entire process. So the manufacturers are the ones that feed into the retailers. But how they do that is what they do is they offer the retailer what's called an SOA, which is a sales out allowance. The sales out allowance means that the manufacturer will offer the retailer cash back, basically cash back for every sale that they make over a certain period. So this is manufacturer A, and manufacturer A will supply retailer A with this product, and they'll be selling it for 30 days, for example. Then manufacturer A will communicate to the retailer and say, oh, we'll offer you £10, for example, sales out allowance over this period. And then the retailer will go ahead, do their margin calculations and find out whereabouts they can drop their price to in order to maintain a similar margin, or you know, the retailer might decide to undercut the competition if it's an incredibly competitive product or not. But essentially this is the model, and that's the pricing strategy, and that's how pricing works when it comes to retail in the market in the UK. Other countries I'm not sure, but that's the rules. Anyway, so high-low pricing. This is the very top range of the way that pricing works in terms of sort of discounts applied. So what sells in a high-low pricing sort of arena? Sofas, right? If you watch any DFS advert, it's half price, 60% off, 70% off. And basically, if you've ever bought a sofa at full price, you're an idiot. They can't sell anything here. I think it's when they do these half price deals, there's so much margin in there that they've got to play with, but it's just the nature of that sort of range in that industry. So if you had a product that was like that, they're all unique. This is the thing, they're all unique. They're unique to that retailer, and you can't get those particular sofas somewhere else unless it's a real mainstream brand called Lazy Boy, something like that. And in that case, they might use a different pricing model. But for their own stuff, where there's a lot of margin to play with, and they've got the time to be able to wait at this period, they'll do half price sales, and that's it. And that is the high-low pricing model. And I think sofas is the perfect example for that. Sometimes you could be looking at pizzas, for example. Pizzas is a very promotional driven industry. I'm not talking like your pizza shops that are on like the side of the road for the drunk people. They'll probably just have flat pricing, probably a little bit higher than you would like to pay, and the prices might go up on the weekend because it's a supply and demand thing. So if I had a pizza shop, I might put the prices up a little bit on the weekend for the drunk customers that roll in. But you know, that's the pricing strategy for them to decide. But that's high-low pricing, mostly through like sofas. Sofas is the perfect example. Second to that, you've got the medium-low pricing. So whereas the high price would have been here, right? The medium-low pricing is pretty self-explanatory, really. And when you think about medium-low pricing, you could probably look at the majority of stuff on sale through big supermarkets or through like big retailers. It will be on some kind of medium-low pricing where the price is attractive enough for you to want to buy it. Whereas on the sofas, you might go, grand for that sofa. Not sure that's worth it, unless you bought it at that price. But then when it gets to 500 quid, you're like, actually, I'll probably buy that. So, no, don't really want to buy it. Sales go up massively. Here, with a sort of medium-low pricing model, with a medium-low pricing model, you will tend to sell quite a reasonable amount of product at this high price because it's within reach. It's a reasonable price range, and you'll be happy to pay for this here. And when it goes down there, sales will increase. But for example, you might see 70% increase in sales here from this point to this point. Here you might only see a 20% increase. So you've got a reasonable price all along, you'll be getting higher margin here, and then you will drop the price there. That's medium-low pricing. And then the last kind of pricing, I don't even know why I'm doing this, it's not really that difficult. This would be kind of like an everyday low price. So the price, which they call EDLP. So EDLP products, they will just continue at that price at a continual rate. And then what happens, maybe towards the end of that life cycle, the price will start to drop off at the end as you want to clear through that product and get a new range in. So how does this apply to reselling? I'm going to give you some examples of the way that I've done it, and it's through the Geox shoe haul. So, starting off, I did this. This is where I was, high-low pricing. And I always like to start off, when you've got a range of products such as mine with the uniqueness of them, I always like to start off on a sort of high-low pricing model. You kind of look where everything else is in the market, realise that you've got something unique that a customer might be really attracted to. And in which case, you think that they might purchase it at that higher price. So I listed everything at this higher price. Let it run for a bit, see how it was going, so I could understand the kind of run rate. Then once I understood the run rate, I realised it wasn't fast enough because I've got, you know, nearly 500 pairs of shoes here. I need to get them shifted through earlier. But when I did drop them to half price, reasonable sales, pretty good. After a while, on this point, I realised I needed to get things moving. I kind of wanted that cash flow back into the business so I can invest it in other stuff. So I've now moved to a medium-low pricing model. And this medium-low pricing model, you know, they still move. They still move at the higher price, not as much more than that, but I get probably the same amount of sales when they're reduced down. So I've gone from 50% discount to a 35% discount now. So I assessed the whole range, I readjusted it. And once you've gained a bit of traction and kind of understand what's popular, you can see how many watches you've got or how many offers you've received on certain products, so you know which ones need to be dropped or which ones don't. So my recommendation is if you get a unique range of products that isn't out there in the market, so you don't need to benchmark against the competition directly, start off with a high-low model, unless you're in a big rush to get the cash back, in which case go for the medium-low model. Now eventually I might move to this everyday low price, but for the time being, I'm going to stick on the medium-low model. If I really need to get things moving, I'll move over to that. These are your three main pricing strategies when you've got a unique product to sell on eBay. So that's my takeaway from the retail industry. I'll try and bring to you some other learnings that I gained from when I was in there and how you can apply these to your business. So I'm going to add a new feature now into every video I release every single week, and it's right at the end of every episode. I'm going to answer 1 or 2 questions from people that have got in touch with me through any of my social media channels. If you want to get hold of me, the best ways to get through to me is 1, through the comment section on these videos, 2, Facebook, 3, Insta, 4, Twitter. So I've got a question here from a chap. Now I've already answered this chap's question, and I always will answer the question straight away, but then I'll probably share these answers with you guys on the channel as well, because chances are if somebody else has had this question, then a few people are going to have this question as well. So I might as well share. I might make a full video if it's a really complex question, or if I can answer it quickly, I'll just do so here at the end of the segment. So this message is from Skunky Funky Seeds, and from what I can tell, he's got a business selling cannabis related products. I know there's a lot of health benefits to cannabis related products. It's a product that just does not agree with me, so I won't be a customer, sorry buddy, but I will answer your question though. So he says, "Hi, Pivotal Profit, I've just discovered your YouTube channel and it's really inspirational." Thank you buddy. "Me and my partner have been researching for a while to quit the 9-to-5 rat race and are not far off starting Amazon FBA. Good on you buddy. Best job I've ever had. I was wondering if you could recommend a shipping company please." So the shipping company, I think I've released a couple of videos talking about pallets recently. I'm shipping pallets into Amazon because I've reached sort of a critical mass of the amount of products I'm shipping every week. So I would literally stack boxes up to here in the hallway to go out every single week, and it just made sense to look at pallets. But when you're starting out, the best way to ship, and as far as I'm concerned, the only way to ship, is through UPS. Now UPS have an agreement with Amazon where there's a cheap discount for shipping the products in. So UPS handles all of the inbound shipping from sellers to the Amazon warehouses. Now you get a box, if you could fill a box sort of this size, I'll go to another video about packing your first FBA shipment, box sizes, etc. But you get a box sort of this size, up to 15 kilograms, which is quite a lot of product, unless you're shipping really heavy stuff, but usually you can fill quite a large box, under 15 kilograms. 15 kilograms cost me personally £4.23 to ship a box into Amazon. If you've got loads of products in a box, the cost is negligible really for shipping it in, it's not very much. If you've got bigger products, then it costs you a little bit more per product. So I'm VAT registered. £4.23 is what it cost me to ship a under 15 kg box into Amazon's warehouse. Definitely ship through UPS. Do not use any other means to get that stock into Amazon's warehouses, because it's by far your cheapest way of doing it. Then when you scale up and you're shipping really large quantities of stuff, you might consider going into pallets. But like I said, pallets, I'll check in a bit later about pallets, but you need to really stack them high to make them worth it. That's it, guys. 3 strategies. Let me know what you do. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Keep hustling.